Welcome to this explainer. Okay, if you've ever walked off a tennis court feeling literally drained, feeling like you just spent the entire match frantically scrambling from corner to corner, you're definitely going to want to pay close attention. Today, we're unpacking a massive paradigm shift when it comes to tennis footwork. We're going to dive into the exact mechanics that'll completely transform how you move straight from our source material. Get ready because we're about to rethink everything you know about navigating the court.
Section 1. Stop chasing, start controlling. The new paradigm for court movement.
So we've all experienced that deep frustration of constantly playing reactive tennis, right? Just relentlessly chasing balls. Your lungs are burning, you're exhausted, and you basically feel like you're just barely surviving the point. It's that chaotic, old way of playing where the ball dictates your every single move. But there is an incredibly empowering, proactive alternative: controlling them. When you actually shift your mindset from chasing to controlling, you stop being a victim of your opponent's pace, and you start dictating the entire rhythm of the game yourself. It's a total game changer. Now, this shift from chasing to controlling relies entirely on a very specific system. It's a three-part cycle. Step 1, the split step. Step 2, tiny adjustments. And step 3, smart recovery. This right here is the core chronological cycle of perfectly executed tennis movement. Think of it as a continuous loop. Understanding exactly how these 3 steps connect is going to guide our entire breakdown today.
Section 2. The setup. The split step. Phase 1 of the movement cycle.
Okay, so what exactly is it? The split step is the foundational movement mechanic that unlocks explosive first moves on the court. Now look, this isn't just about idly stopping or jumping in place while you wait. Not at all. It's a highly specific, purposeful mechanic. It acts literally like a coiled spring. This mandatory setup happens right before your opponent makes contact with the ball. By executing this perfectly, you're priming your body to generate massive, explosive, directional movement the absolute millisecond you read where that ball is going.
Section 3. The approach. Tiny adjustments. Phase 2 of the movement cycle.
Once you've exploded toward the ball, the secret to hitting a beautifully clean shot lies in this concept. Tiny adjustments create perfect balance. When we watch pro tennis, we almost always focus on those giant athletic leaps across the baseline. But the real secret? It's those rapid micro movements with your feet in the final moments right before you swing. Those tiny steps guarantee you achieve perfect grounded balance right at the point of contact. Because think about it, without those adjustments, that explosive first step we just talked about is totally wasted because you arrive at the ball completely off balance.
Section 4. The aftermath. Smart recovery. Phase 3 of the movement cycle.
So you've tracked the ball, found your ballast, and made your shot. But guess what? The cycle isn't over. Smart recovery puts you ahead of every shot. What you do the second the ball leaves your racket determines absolutely everything about the rest of the point. This is exactly how you break that miserable cycle of exhaustion. Utilizing smart recovery positioning, meaning moving intentionally to the optimal spot on the court based on the shot you just hit, is what prevents you from having to frantically chase the next ball. You aren't just reacting to the present, your recovery basically sets a trap for the future shot.
Section 5. Master timing, not speed. Dominating from the ground up.
Bringing these 3 steps together reveals a really stark contrast. Relying purely on raw running speed is a losing battle. Let's face it, eventually you're going to get tired or you're just going to play someone faster. But mastering the timing of the split step, the tiny adjustments, and the smart recovery, that is vastly more effective. A perfectly timed split step beats a fast sprint every single time. Why? Because perfect timing ensures you're already moving in the right direction before speed is even required. I want to highlight a really powerful quote straight from the source text to cement this in your mind. Master timing, not speed, and dominate the court from the ground up today. Read that again. Really let that sink in. This is the ultimate takeaway here. Your power, your control, your dominance on the court, they don't come from flailing your arms or frantic sprinting. They're built systematically from the ground up, starting with the very first step you take. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one lingering question. Will you chase the next ball or control it? The mechanics are all laid out right in front of you now. The split step, the tiny adjustments, the smart recovery. The choice of how you move the next time you step onto that court is entirely up to you. Thanks so much for joining me today. Put these concepts into practice and go take control of your game.